Chris, what is our first main topic today?
This first one comes from Clark, Washington. This past weekend saw a mixed bag of results at the box office. Super Pets opened lower than the 25 to 30 million analysts had pegged it for. Its opening is even worse than the Emoji Movie, which opened in the same space 5 years ago. On the flip side, Box Office Mojo reported that for the first time since December of 2019, that the total films released in a single month, in this case July, grossed $1 billion domestically. What are your thoughts on these box office numbers?
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in. And you know, we've been talking a lot recently with things like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Top Gun, things like that, that the box office, contrary to popular belief, where everybody thought in the midst of the pandemic, movie theater's done, no one's going to go to the movies anymore, blah, 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 blah. It has been resurging and it's been making a comeback. And nowhere bigger is that being able to be seen than in the fact that July, now that July is done, has become the first month since before the pandemic to cross the $1 billion mark. This comes to us from the folks over at Yahoo who write the following. The box office still isn't totally back to the levels seen before the pandemic. With the exceptions of 2014, every July since 2003 has seen the box office top $1 billion. And the monthly total exceeded $1.2 billion each year between 2017 and 2019. But the success of the past 3 months shows that with the right film, audiences are more than ready to return to theaters, as July should finish with a monthly total of over $1.1 billion after this weekend. You know, we've been talking a lot recent months. I mean, just recently, the new Jordan Peele film, Nope, became the highest opening original film since the pandemic, since his last original film, Us. We saw the huge box office success of both Top Gun, Spider-Man. Doctor Strange nearly hit $1 billion. Thor has already crossed 600 million. All this kind of money, Minions did really, really well. I mean, so this again, and I like what Yahoo put in there. So it's like, it's still dependent on the movies that are out there. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't just put whatever out and expect there to be $1 billion things, but it shows, it is proving once again that with the right movies in theaters, the audiences are wanting to go back to the theaters. I think this is a very big deal for the movie theaters. Unfortunately, between now and October, not a lot of big stuff is coming out. I mean, we've got Bullet Train coming, which I'm super stoked about. But anyway, Chris, you hear about this. How significant is this really?
I mean, I think this all really goes back to how well Top Gun did, and it brought in those remaining people who were real recalcitrant to come back to theaters.
The over 40 crowd.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I don't think we're seeing a big tick here with Super Pets. You know, I mean, the trailers weren't that great. It was really just me and Ray who were like, this looks cute. And apparently it's better than, you know, everyone's thought. I still haven't gotten to see it. I worked all weekend, so I need to go catch that one. But I think that's why we're seeing this kind of trickle effect, though. And we finally have people coming back in theaters, is we've had movies like Top Gun that really ushered in more folks to the theater. We also did have a big COVID spike. So I think we're going to see these numbers drop a little bit, even though we don't have anything particularly exciting coming out aside from things like Bullet Train. I think we're going to see another move back to being very cautious when it comes to the movies.
Or at least until we get the blockbusters come back out again in a couple of months. Rob, you see this. What do you think is the most significant? What stands out to you about these numbers we're seeing?
Well, like what Chris said, it's great to see people go back to the theater. I mean, and they're going back because there's things people want to see. Like you pointed out, the box office is only as good as the movies that are in the theaters. Mm-hmm. You've got to get people to want to come see these films. And by the way, Top Gun is still making money.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
People are still going. So it contributed to that $1 billion. You have Thor coming out, even though, you know, my feelings on it were mixed. People are still going to see that. But we have to have, you know, good movies. I think in the case of Super Pets, you know, I think the perception was, even you and I were like, but you went and said, this was pretty good. I thought the movie was just based on the trailers for kids. Like, I didn't think it had anything to offer me. But when you came in, I was surprised. You liked it.
Right, and we'll talk more about Super Pets a little bit later.
But, I mean, I think that's part of the problem is that, you know, you have to have a movie like Super Pets. You got to get, if you want adults to come back to the theater, you have to give them fare that they want to go out and see. And that's certainly not somebody that's not going to draw in the over 25 crowd, I think.
Ray.
This is where we can actually say that maybe streaming has a negative effect, maybe, like, only because, like, things like Super Pets, I could see people saying, I'll wait for it to hit streaming. It's going to hit HBO Max anyways. You know, there's certain movies that you do want to go to the theater, but a lot of the movies like Super Pets could be ones that people are willing to wait on. Same thing with Nope. people may be interested to see it, see what all the fuss is about, all the.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know. I'll wait for it to go to streaming.
I don't think so because I'll wait for that to come out on video has always been a part of the conversation ever since VHS came out. Like this whole thing about ever since I've been doing this, back from the movie blog days, For Your Consideration, AMC Movie Talk, like whenever we're discussing a new movie, one of the common refrains is, I'll wait for it to come out on video. I mean, so that's always been a part of the conversation. This is just a different avenue. So I mean, listen, we're still looking at a theater industry that is still in recovery mode and still trying to get more and more people back into the theaters from the pandemic. And it still hasn't won everybody over, right? Not everybody's coming back yet. Although movies like Top Gun has done a huge job, like Chris was pointing out, to get those audiences back, but we'll see how that all goes. Anyway, guys, question is for you. For the first time since the pandemic started, we have a month that made over $1 billion at the box office. What do you think about that? How significant or not significant do you think that is? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. The sponsor of this video, Stamps.com. Now, guys, you don't need me to tell you that running a business, no matter how big or small, is an incredible stress. It feels like you need 5 of you for all the different directions you're being pulled in. And with all that, who's got time to go to the post office? Having to drop everything that you're doing to make a run to the post office is a major pain and drain on your day, especially when you've got more important things to do, like running your business. So stop mailing and shipping the hard way. Stamps.com is your 24/7 post office that you can access from everywhere. Skip the headache with Stamps.com. Stamps.com gives you access to all of the post office and UPS shipping services that you need right from your computer. And get discounts you can't find anywhere else, like up to 30% off USPS rates and 86% off UPS. Stamps.com just makes your life easier, guys. You're up and running in minutes, printing official postage for any letter, any package, anywhere you want to send it. So guys, don't mail and ship the hard way. Sign up with Stamps.com today. Sign up with the promo code CAMPEA for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code CAMPEA.